All right, so we're checking out the top sales at Heritage Auction. I have the first page loaded up, and let's get started. Every entry on here is going to be 50,000 plus, which is insane. I will also take a look at some honorable mentions. Up first, we have a Michael Jordan 1986 Fleer 395s with the corners being a 10, giving a 9.5 overall. This copy over here sold for $51,240. Up next, another Michael Jordan, and we have a 1998 Fleer Tradition Playmakers Theater. That's a PSA 6, and this one over here is numbered 48 out of 100. And just to show you where the 6 is, right, you have corners like that, chipping, things like that. Far away it looks nice, but closer up, and it looks like one of those cards that would show like every piece of damage. I still sold for $55,000. 90s Jordans that are numbered, crazy. 1967 Topps Baseball, near set 600 out of 609. Let's take a look at some of these grades. I wonder if they broke it up and like sold mantles and stuff like that separately. Looks like you have 8s across the board. We're looking for, oh no, we have both mantle and maze. We have mantle, maze. We do have the Rod Carew. Do we not have Seaver? Is Seaver missing? I would assume it would have been on the first page. No shot he'd be on the second, right? I don't have another page. Are those the only ones that are graded? Title and list of missing cards. Where's the missing cards at? Seaver. There you go. Decent grades. I mean, 6s, 7s, 8s, and 9. There's 100 cards that are graded 9s. And that one sold for $56,120. This is a pretty insane card over here. 1974 Nolan Ryan in a PSA 10. This one sold for $59,780. Let's see if they have the pop report on here. There's 7 10s out there. I believe there's another Nolan Ryan a little bit later in this auction that got a 10. Hey guys, quick break from Heritage Auction Recap to let you know that this video is sponsored by Check Out My Cards, a platform that I use all the time to purchase cards for my own personal collection and buy and sell. Just to show you some cards that I sold today, right? This 2019 Nolan Ryan and Justin Verlander. I saw Verlander pitched really great last night. This Miguel Cabrera patch, numbered to 10. Look at that part of the logo tag. That's insane. 42 into $55. A Bo Jackson rookie for $9.50 and Bobby Richardson $30 to $36. Oh, speaking of Ohtani, you're going to see an expensive card of his a little bit later. Not a dollar card like this, but a really awesome platform, and I buy a lot of cards, right? So I'll show you really quick what I just purchased on it for my collection. If I go here to Pavo. So yesterday I bought this card right over here from 1928. I don't know too much about it, but hopefully do a little bit of research before the next COMC recap video. But thank you again, COMC, for sponsoring this video. The link to check out my COMC portfolio is going to be down below in the description. Super easy to list cards on there. And again, it's really helped me grow my personal collection and sell some cards. All right, back into earlier. 2003 LeBron James autograph, numbered to 250. PSA 10 on that one. We're looking at $61,000. 2007 exquisite LeBron James, part of a letter right there, and let's see what that one did over here. 79.3, also graded a 10. This is a thicker card, so there's probably a bit of a premium based around that. Limited logos. All right, so let's jump into the next one, which is something I appreciate a little bit more. A 1914 Cracker Jack. Most of these you'll find in like 1s or 2s because they're inserted with the Cracker Jacks themselves. It looks like there's something going on there. Can't fully tell. A little bit over the back. Very minimal staining. Usually these are really bad with staining. And this 4 sold for $79,300. Up next, another Michael Jordan from the 90s that's numbered. This is number 250. Grand Finale. And numbered 14 out of 50. This sold for $88,450. All right, we have a 1977 basketball. I haven't seen these in the auction in a while. Ranked number 4 all time. That sold for $88,450. What does the GP on this one say? 73 10s and then 59 9s. Wonder how many of these you could upgrade getting into 10s. Probably not many. That's a pretty insane set. Oh, we're going to see back-to-back mantles, so just load both of them up over here. 97 for the 4.5, and then the 5 sold for 100. So let's take a look at that 4.5. Not bad, a little bit tilted on that. The 5 has worse centering, but the corners are a little bit sharper on that 5, in my opinion. The 4.5 has a kind of a loose corner, but I know a lot of people will pay a premium for a better centered 52 mantle. So there's both of those. I'll just show you the backs really quick because I know some people want to see those. So there are that, and let's keep moving forward. 1971 box. Who's in this series? Joe Morgan, Ted Williams, Riley Fingers, Brooks Robinson, Juan Marichal. So you're not looking at Thurman Munson or Nolan Ryan in this series. I mean, I feel like a lot of the value is just in the unopened box and stuff like that. Yeah, I think that's probably it. I mean, I would assume Bob Gibson's in there, right? You see him right there. Johnny Bench. They both in there. I don't know what numbers are in this series. And I don't mention it there, right? I thought you would put Johnny Bench there and Bob Gibson. Unless it's just implied that they're on the box, they should be in that set. I figure they should be. Speaking of 71s, let's look at this. A PSA 8 set. 721 out of 752. That's pretty dang impressive. All 8s? Yeah, all 8s just across the board. The Munson, the Nolan Ryan, the Aaron. So nice. These are just tough. You don't see them out in the wild that often. Wonder if it says which ones are missing. Missing cards right there. So curious if there's any big names. I'm not going to look all these up right now, but you can see everything that's put in over here. And yeah, so there's that. We have an 84 star of Michael Jordan. I'm curious how these have compared to last year. This is a 9. It's over 103,000. Let's take a look at if there's any other comps on here. And another BGS 9 2021 sold for 192,000. Another BGS 9 in 2019 sold for 16,000. They're all over the place. 2017, 50,000, 36,000. So this is low compared to 2021, but nothing really recent on that. I wouldn't use a 2021 comp. 1921 standard biscuit of Babe Ruth. And what does that look like? The E121, if I remember correctly. Yep. Oh, I called it. Look at that. American Caramel E121. Look at me memorizing those. That one sold for 103,000. Standard Biscuit Company, San Francisco. All right. A Tango Eggs. You don't see Tangos that often. Ty Cobb in a 2, 109,000. Yeah. Take a look at that. Ask your grocer for Tango brand eggs. Finest quality. New Orleans. I remember seeing another Hall of Famer at a show, and it was quite pricey for the Tango eggs. I learned really fast they're expensive. And you can even see like the pop report. Is that the only one that's been graded? Yeah, it's pop 1. Most of these are like pop 1, pop 2, max. They're just, they're ghosts. Here's the other Nolan Ryan that I was alluding to, the 783. Actually in the thumbnail of the video, you probably clicked on it. And this one over here sold for $124,000. What's the prop look like on this? There's 6 10s out there. Another 10. Wow. That was 2016, the last 10. 2015. Yeah, they don't sell that often. Almost a decade for that. But huge jump into 124. All right, so we're looking at a 1954 through 76 Hank Aaron autograph set. That's really, really cool. 128,000. What's the rookie on here? 6 with the 10. That's nice. So they did throw a Bowman in there. So I guess they didn't really have to, but all these signed. That's a really cool player run. How many in total was there? 24 cards? It's nice. 5,000 a card, essentially. Nice, nice, nice. All right, 32 caramel Lou Gehrig. When I think of 32 caramels, I always think of the base or the non-sports cards, but baseball is here. Although I don't know if the presents are technically a 32 set. Maybe they should be 1933, which puts into question these if they're 32 or 33s. Regardless, really nice Lou Gehrig on here, 152,000. Anytime I've had caramel baseball cards, they've moved pretty nicely. The card I like quite a bit. I wanted one in low grade. I can't afford it now because they're probably about 10 to 20,000 even as ones. 1903 E107 of Cy Young and a 5, $213,000. What an incredible card. There's a few different E107s. There's some blank backs. There's this back as well. I think there's 3 backs in total, if I remember correctly. Incredible sale. These were some of the first baseball cards in the 1900s after the merger of a bunch of companies into the American Tobacco Company. Maybe we'll talk about that in another video if people are interested. Although historical videos and research videos people don't really like on the channel. Broadleaf 460 of Ty Cobb. I don't know the exact scarcity, but these are probably top 5, top 10 scarcest. Look at that, 2021 sold for 150,000 with missing corners. And this one's a nicer copy, 225,000. So it makes sense why it definitely went up. Still, you don't see broadleaf like that. All right, we're taking a look at a Jackie Robinson 49 leaf. I wish one day the grading companies just all signed at 49, but 256,000. Really nice borders on that one. Hindu Red, Ty Cobb. I like the Hindu backs quite a bit. This sold for 317 in a 4? What does the pop look like? 4 is the highest graded. And there's some other sales. 126,000 in 2019 and 42 in 2014. Nice little appreciation there into 317. The most expensive card. People were talking about this fetching $1 million, and they were right. $1 million for this Ohtani autograph gold 1/1, Topps Dynasty black, Logo Man, dual 9s. Incredible. All over social media when this got pulled. That is an amazing find. And I do like how they showed the back over here too. I like that quite a lot. I wish we did this more with roulette cards. See it through. Let's jump into some honorable mentions. I'm just going to go to non-sports first, then we'll go to another page. Heritage social media team called this a rookie card, so that's why I'm showing this. This is not a rookie card. I could probably give you 20 other Shakespeare cards, 30 maybe, before this. No shade there, but regardless, still sold for $1,100 in a 10. Not easy finding these type of cards in 10s from this era. I will say there's a lot of 35 curves out there, but it's still not easy to get that in a 10. So someone definitely paid up on that for $1,100. It's a nice card, right? And it's good to see for the non-sport side of things that a Shakespeare sold for $1,100. I think this is the most expensive Shakespeare card sale on record, but I could see that being broken in the future. This is a really amazing piece right here. Chickle complete set with the wrapper. Wow, and black and white photos. It's it over here. And 8. I wonder if those photos match up to pictures on the set. I'm not too sure. It's not shown over here, but either way, $4,400 essentially on that. Another huge sale, 1933 complete set with another wrapper. Again, good job, Heritage, for sourcing some of this stuff. This is really cool. This is the first time I've seen this gum wrapper. I haven't seen this one before. And a lot of people in non-sports do collect the wrappers. Hopefully one day grading companies will slab them. But this sold for $88.45. Let's jump into kind of page 2 or 3. I'm just going to go over here to page 2. I have like 2 or 3 more minutes I can record. But see if anything stands out. Another Joe Jackson in a 1. 73 bench in a 10, 29,000. I mean, look at that Clemente auto. Giant autograph on there on that card. That's nice. 28,000. 79 Nolan Ryan in a 10. We've seen this card sell before. I believe it was $20,000 last time. So someone just resold it or didn't sell. Boltosi in an 8.5 for 18,000. Look at that. Seaver in a 9. That could go back into that 67 set that it was missing in, right? I wonder if that was the exact card. What else is on here? Ohtani 1 of 1, 16,000. That seems a little insane, but also it's probably one of his first Dodgers cards. Superfractors. Wow, that sold for 13,400. I remember a few years ago it sold under 10. That was a nice price. It's one of the earliest Jackie Robinson cards. I believe it's a 46, not a 43. That's mentioned on the top, but I could be wrong. What else? I think show a few more, and we'll call it a video. Thanks, guys, for watching on this side of things. That was our recent Heritage recap. Did you win anything in this auction? Let us know. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe. We cover from like 2 to 3 auctions every single month. And